Hello, New Hope Ministry. Stephen Dean speaking. I hope you're all well. And here I am with this week's homily, which I thought we'd do lesson 23, because I think it's about time we started talking about dealing with attack thoughts or guilt. The guilt that's brought about by your memories of past deeds you've done, or past deeds you've considered to be not in your best interests, or in any way bring you any form of guilt when you think of them or when they spring to mind. Guilt keeps you away from God. You see, God is pure love. Anything that's not pure love is of the ego, and its strongest point and its most extreme is fear. And fear is brought about by guilt, because these these old guilty feelings make you subconsciously fear punishment. And because you don't know what form this punishment is going to take or what direction it's going to come, you walk around in a state of fear, as I've explained in other videos. Anyway, so I thought what we talk about today is ways to combat these guilt feelings, because you don't need them. And I've got to say again, the idea in this existence that, that guilt is part of it. Like, you've got to feel guilty to be part of this existence. By that I mean you feel guilty for not feeling guilty. Well, that's a nonsense, but it's understood, because it's the nature of this existence to be the opposite of love. Guilt and fear go hand in hand. Anyway, in order to combat guilt, let's have a look at lesson 23. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. Now, attack thoughts have a tendency to make you have angry thoughts at the thought of them. You can think back to some event that will make you feel guilty, but also make you feel angry. And these angry thoughts can get into your subconscious and cause projections out of your mind that will cause scenarios around you to make you feel upset or angry again. Unintentionally, of course, but they're coming out of your subconscious, and people have these angry thoughts in their subconscious. It's all about evicting them. You see, by giving up attack thoughts. Now, most people don't think they can give them up. They had no idea that you can actually rid yourself of these. They think they have to live with them all their lives, and quite understandably so, but you don't have to. First of all, no, you don't have to feel guilty at all. It's just part of this dream world. There's no guilt in heaven. There's only perfect love. You don't need guilt, so let's establish that. Okay? One technique when you get these thoughts float into your mind, because you don't actually think about them, they just appear, don't they? And when they come into your mind, this is called the FOD technique, where as soon as they come in, you forgive by overlooking, then you dismiss, and they disappear. Go FOD. And that flick of the fingers on dismiss or FOD appears to assist that uncomfortable memory to be ejected from your mind, at least momentarily. And when you're being tormented by guilt, momentarily is enough, even relief, even for a little while. But if you keep working at it, you'll eventually be able to expel those thoughts completely. And if they come back, you can just do that again. FOD. The other method is to, if you have a particular recurring uncomfortable memory that's bringing you down, find it within yourself to bring yourself to that memory intentionally. You see, don't try and avoid it. Just go there and bring Jesus with you, or the Holy Spirit with you. And when you're in that memory, remember that He's by your side in that memory, no matter what happened in that act. No matter what happened in it, no matter what's so terrible, just say to Him, Jesus, this was a dream, wasn't it? And of course it's a dream, but you think it's a memory. And you see, memories and dreams are just the same in form. They're made of the same mind stuff, aren't they? They're made of the same dream stuff. Dreams, mind, dream, memory. They're made of the same thing. You see? And you can dismiss them by just doing that. And Jesus knows that. We're going into the abstract here. But the idea of visiting dreams is abstract. You see? So just ask Jesus to come with you into that dream, reimagine it, and then ask Him to expel any guilt that would be there by realising it is a dream, and you forgive it by that same idea. Forgive the dream by realising it is just a dream. The third way, which I can mention, is actually from the Course in Miracles itself. As is the Jesus one, really the FOD one, I concocted myself from the lessons I learned in the Course in Miracles. But the third one, plucking the negative thought from your mind, is also from the Course in Miracles direct. It just says, I can't go to it straight away because I haven't got it written down. But somewhere in the Course in Miracles, it said, when you have these thoughts, just pluck them from your mind. Pluck them from your mind. Don't let them torment you. Don't think you have to have them. You see? Pluck them from your mind. They might not get rid of them completely, but at least they give you rest from them, because they can be very, very wearing, these guilty memories. As nearly all of us know, I don't think there's a person walking around who doesn't have some kind of guilty memory. And it's to be expected in this world, because in a world of opposites, you're going to have negative and positive in conflict, which is going to bring about these kind of things. As I've said before, there's no conflict in heaven because there's no opposites. There's no opposites, there's no conflict, and then there's just perfect peace, the perfect peace of heaven. Anyway, they are the three methods I can recommend for ridding your mind of guilt via forgiveness. The first one is FOD, forgive, overlook, dismiss, and it will disappear. The second one is taking Jesus to your illusion and asking him, is it a dream, Jesus? And of course he's going to confirm it is. And you'll be then, with that knowledge, that dream will not bother you again. If it reoccurs, ask him to come again, he won't mind. And the third one, plucking the memory from your mind. Just imagine you can do that. It will bring relief. Okay, that's my homily for this week. Lovely. God bless you all, and I'll see you next week. See ya. Bye.